Hi everyone, I'm Masha. I'm a certified health and nutrition coach with a CrossFit Level 2 background, and I specialize in helping women like you who've tried all the diets and all the quick fixes, but still feel they are stuck. Today we're going to talk about something most of us aren't taught, but really should be how protein and amino acids affect our hormones, our body composition, and the way we feel. And this especially after 30 when our physiology starts to shift. So whether you're dealing with PMS, perimenopause, menopause, fatigue, or just trying to build lean muscles, you are in the right place. Let's start here. Protein isn't just about building muscles. It plays a huge role in our immune system, hormone production, and our metabolism. Our bodies rely on protein for so much more than people think. Think of antibodies, insulin, thyroid hormones. They are even made from proteins or depend on them to function. There's a quick fact here. Your immune system, metabolism, and hormonal balance are built on protein blocks. They are the first material used by the body. I also had a client example. I had someone coming to me with constant fatigue and brittle nails. Once we tweaked her protein intake, her energy stabilized and her hair started growing stronger again. So, protein is essential for just more than muscle growth, okay? I want you to think of it as the number one macronutrients that you want to focus on, okay? But you have to also understand that it helps for your immune system, your hormone regulation, but one part that is very important in the protein is the amino acid. Okay, not all proteins provide the right mix of amino acids. So we have to understand these building blocks and how they impact our hormones, our well being, and our microbiota. So I have a statistic for you. 7 out of 10 of women I coach are under eating protein without even realizing it, especially at breakfast. So they might have toast, coffee, or cereal, but most of them have nothing with essential amino acids. And that sets the tone for blood sugar crashes, cravings, low energy, and mood swings. For most active women over 30, we should be aiming for 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. That's science backed and especially important to help us maintain lean mass, give us hormonal stability, help us with satiety and fat loss. So I have another example. I work with a client named Julie. She was 42, she had 2 kids, and came to me struggling with fat gain around midsection and irregular periods. We didn't change her calories right away. We just shifted her to 30 grams of protein per meal and spaced it throughout the day. After 4 weeks, her cravings dropped. She was sleeping better and she got her first regular cycle in months without any supplements at this stage. That's the power of strategic protein. Now, let's go one level deeper. Amino acids. You've probably heard of leucine, lysine, maybe even glycine. But most women don't realize tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin. Hello, mood swings. Glycine supports sleep and gut health. Leucine triggers muscle protein synthesis. Tyrosine is key for making dopamine and thyroid hormones. When these are missing or imbalanced, it's not just about physical fatigue, it's mental, emotional, and hormonal too. This is why I often recommend my clients supplement with whey, collagen, protein, ideally with added leucine, BCAA around intense training sessions, especially during fasted window, and a nighttime glycine magnesium combo for those dealing with disrupted sleep or hot flashes. So, now it's important to understand how to apply it to your life. While we agree that protein is essential for muscle growth, hormone balance, immune system, your metabolism, not all proteins are equal, like I mentioned before, and your body needs the right amino acids to function properly. That's why I put a list of you of food with the different amino acids that they contain. Okay, so let's speak about it. Um, Leucine kickstarts muscle growth and recovery. So this amino acid is very important for your recovery and to help your muscle grow. Lysine boosts your immunity plus the collagen production. It's very important to have lysine. So you can see there's some food with a higher rate of lysines than the other. Methionine supports your liver detox and antioxidant defense. So, how to get enough high quality protein? You have to choose complete proteins. What I call complete protein is that they have a good mix of methionine, leucine, and lysine. For instance, meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. If you are eating plant based, you have to combine sources with rice, beans, quinoa, lentils, sometimes chickpeas as well. You should also aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. And yes, even at breakfast. Now, if you can't have the right amount, enough protein, I mean, in terms of your meals during the day, you can supplement if needed, especially post workout or on your busy days. So, supplement is a supplement. It should not be the base of your meals. You should eat whole food, you should eat real food. But if you don't have time and you cannot reach your protein intake, that's when I'm going to advise you to supplement. And we're going to see this in the latest slides. So, why protein is critical for women over 30? So, what actually changes in our body after we turn 30? It's important to understand that estrogen starts to decline slowly at first, but this affects everything from fat distribution, to mood. We begin to lose muscle mass around 3 to 8% per decade after 30 and more rapidly after 40. That means metabolism slows down. And recovery, sleep, it's not as forgiving as it used to be. This is why many of my clients tell me I'm eating the same and moving the same, but my body is changing in ways I don't understand. That's where nutrition, especially protein, comes in. Now, it's important to recognize if you have protein deficiencies. So, if you've been eating healthy but still feel foggy, hungry, and frustrated with fat loss, protein might be the missing link. Look out for signs like constant hunger or cravings, brittle nails, and finding hair, trouble losing fat even with workouts. These symptoms are often misdiagnosed or brushed off as stress or aging, but food plays a bigger role than we realize. So I would suggest that you focus on how you feel 2 hours after eating. Are you energized? Are you crashing? That's a good protein barometer. So you understand protein plays a vital role in hormone regulations, not only building our muscles, but is key for our hormonal health. So it helps you with PCOS and insulin resistance syndrome. So, protein will help you stabilize your blood sugar. So, it's very important when you suffer from these to have the right intake of protein. It will also reduce your cortisol and your stress level. It will prevent belly fat storage. If you have the right amount of protein, you're less likely to have a high cortisol and stress. It will also help you with your thyroid function because thyroid needs amino acids to produce T3 and T4 to make sure that it stays stable and functions optimally. And during menopause, muscle mass has to be preserved, and by eating more protein, it will help you to increase your metabolic rate and also help you with the insulin sensitivity that happens after 30. So, one tip that I can share with you is to always pair your protein with every meal to blunt blood sugar spikes and keep energy stable if you've been struggling with any of these symptoms mentioned before. Okay, so protein is your non negotiable. So, now let's see how we can optimize your protein intake. So, a good guideline would be 1.2 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. So this is for people that are not as active. When I mentioned before was more 1.6 to 2.2 was more for athletic women that do a lot of sport. A lot of sport is 4 to 5 sessions per week at high intensity or strength training. So if you're just walking, doing yoga, or just having like some light swimming, you can use this guideline. So if you weigh around 68 kilos, that's 80 to 136 grams per day. Now I want you to understand when I'm talking about protein here, I'm not talking about the quantity on your dish, the quantity of food that is high in protein. I'm talking about the macronutrient. Okay, so this means like in 120 grams of chicken, you will have 20 grams of protein. So imagine how much chicken you have to eat in a day to reach the 136 grams of protein. Okay, so don't be confused about the macronutrient that is present in different food, but there are some food that have more protein than others. That's where I'm going to generalize. In your guide that I provide to you, I give you the grams of protein rich food, okay, not the macronutrient. I hope it doesn't mix up too much in your mind. Now, I know that sounds like a lot. The lower end is great for general health and maintenance. The higher end is better if you're training hard, building muscles. So exactly what I told you. This recommendation is really depending on your activity level. But I think that it's very important that you have at least 100 grams of protein, like the macronutrient per day as a woman, from 80 to 100. But it's not always easy, okay? I understand that. That's where supplements can help you. Timing matters too. Okay, here are your hacks. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at each meal. Eat protein before carbs. This helps manage your blood sugar. Add protein pre and post workout to support recovery and muscle maintenance. And remember to optimize muscle protein synthesis, especially as we age. We need to hit that 30 grams mark per meal, ideally at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Missing protein at a meal is like skipping a training session. You don't see the results you want. Now, let's talk real life. You're busy, you're juggling 100 things, so let's make protein easy and convenient. If you're always on the go, here are some of my go to grab and go options. Protein bars, brand like Fitspo, Nutrient, you still have some discount on the website. I will give you the code in the next slides. Or USN gives you around 18 to 22 grams of protein per bar. Great to keep in your bag, your car, or your gym locker. Ready to drink protein shakes like Ala. Each bottle has 20 to 30 grams of protein, and it's likely like very easy to grab, shake, and you just sip it. High protein yogurts, Kir, Derivail, Greek, or Yoplait Greek, or fromage blanc are high in protein and delivers 15 to 20 grams per serving. When I talk about serving, is 120 grams to 150 grams. You can add some seeds or berries, and that's it. You have a quick meal. You can have jerky or biltong. They sell it in Vanilla Village. A small 50-gram pack can give you 20 grams of more of protein. Plus, it's a chef saver and travel friendly. So if you're traveling or you have a long day on the road, you can have your biltong. So boiled eggs, cheese, simple but powerful. Two boiled eggs plus 30 grams of cheese gives you close to 20 grams of protein. The cheese I recommend is Parmesan, feta cheese, mozzarella. They are less caloric. I would really reduce the soft cheese like camembert and bleu or these kind of French very famous cheese. They are a bit too calorie dense. These are staples I often recommend to my clients who feel too busy to meal prep, and they work. It's not about perfection, remember, it's about making smart swaps and staying consistent. So I work with a lot of busy moms and professionals, and let's be honest, sitting down to a perfectly prepped meal isn't always realistic. So, like I mentioned before, I just want to give you some quick hacks. So, meal prep with purpose. Pick one or two proteins you can batch cook for the week, like chicken, thighs, boiled eggs, and build around them. High protein snacks. Always have stash in your bag or office drawer. Think Greek yogurt, jerky, protein bars, or cottage cheese with some fruits. Eating out, you don't need to ditch your goals. Ask for extra protein. Most restaurants will gladly double the chicken or add an egg. So get the sauce on the side. They often add sneaky fats and sugar. Choose grilled over fried, always. And if your goal is fat loss, a few key strategies that you can follow. So always start with your day with a protein at breakfast. It controls hunger and reduces cravings later. Pair your carbs with protein. It slows digestion and keeps your blood sugar steady. The secret isn't eating perfectly. It's having a simple system that works even when life gets chaotic. Now, let's talk collagen and all the supplements around protein or supplements in general to help you on your journey because I think I received so many questions about what to take, what not to take. So, I just want to educate you a little bit and share my knowledge so then you can choose what's best for you. And not everybody reacts the same way to supplements. So, I will always recommend that you check with a doctor before supplementing with any of the supplements that I will speak about. So, let's talk collagen. It's way more than just a beauty buzzword. Collagen is a structural protein. Think of it as the glue that supports your skin, your joints, your tendons, and even your gut lining. So here's the deal. After we age 25, your body starts making less collagen. That slowdown shows up as wrinkles, joint pain, and weaker connective tissues. So why should you consider taking collagen? It helps keep your skin elastic, speed up injury recovery, and support your gut lining repair. For best results, take collagen with vitamin C. This helps your body absorb it better. The ideal time, it will be the morning or right after your workout. So keep collagen in your mind as a key part of your health toolkit, especially as you age or if you're recovering from an injury. I would also recommend to have it in smoothie, in your coffee. You can have it in blend in your yogurt. It's so easy to mix it. Now, let's break down essential amino acids or EAAs. So, EAAs are the 9 amino acids your body can't make on its own. Okay, so we spoke about the natural protein sources. Now we're talking about EAAs, which are difficult, like it's impossible that our body do it by itself. So you have to get them from food or supplements. Okay, so that's where the supplementation comes in. So why bother? Because EAAs are crucial for muscle repair, preventing muscle breakdown, and speeding up recovery after training. So for people that always feel sore or always tired after working out, I think that they should consider implementing EAAs. When's the best time to take it? I think around like anytime around your workout, before, during, or after. This is especially important if you're training fasted. So I have a lot of people that don't have time to eat or don't want to eat, and I will not judge it, but I think it's better to eat, but they can't. So I recommend them to take some EAAs. They are great tools for people who struggle to get enough protein, endurance athletes as well pushing their limits, or vegans who need to make sure they get a complete amino acid profile. So if you're vegetarian vegan, I think that is a supplement that you should want to add to your supplementation. Of course, if you check with your doctor first. Now, let's talk about BCAA. So when we speak about BCAA, we're talking about leucine, isoleucine, and valine. So these are special groups of essential amino acids that play a key role in muscle repair. Why take BCAAs? They help reduce muscle soreness and can prevent muscle loss, especially if you're in a calorie deficit. So the best time to take them is before or during your workout. It can help delay fatigue and boost your endurance. BCAA are particularly useful if you train fasted, same as EAAs, do endurance sport, or find yourself losing muscle easily. So I would recommend maybe BCAA for people that already have a protein rich diet and they manage to get enough protein during the day. I would choose maybe BCAA to have the additional amino acid lacking maybe in the food. I would recommend EAA for people that are completely not able to reach protein. They are vegan. They train long hours. They like to train fasted. I would mostly recommend EAAs. Now, let's talk about protein and why it might be a game changer for your muscle recovery and growth. So, whey is a fast digesting, complete protein that's loaded with leucine. That's the amino acid that really kicks muscle building into gear, okay? Taking whey right after your workout, ideally 30 to 60 minutes, helps your muscles recover faster and grow stronger. It's perfect if you're doing strength training, trying to build muscles, or just need a quick high protein snack when life gets busy. I just want to share some couple of tips. Try pairing your whey with some carbs after training. This helps refill your energy stores and boost your recovery. If you're sensitive to dairy, you might want to try whey isolate or hydrolysate. Hydrolysate, sorry. They are easier on the stomach. So the one from Nutrient there is dairy free and it's with special enzyme to help you digest faster. It tastes delicious. I like the vanilla pudding one, and you have 10% discount if you order on Serenity Health and wellness.mu. So that's the website for Nutrient. You can find protein pancakes, you can find muffins, you can find isoway, you can find creatine, you can find all the supplements that you're looking for on this website. So don't just stick to shakes. Try mixing it into your oatmeals, your smoothies to have some tasty variety. Let me know if you want some simple recipes extra than what I gave you in the nutrition guide. I have plenty of them, so I'm so happy to share them with you. Now, casein, micellar casein, okay? It's protein, and I think that it's very great for overnight muscle recovery. So it's a slow digesting protein that releases amino acids gradually, which helps prevent muscles breakdown while you sleep. So this is perfect if you are a late night sleeper, you work at night, or you train at night. I would recommend that you have this protein instead of the ISOA. Taking casein before bed gives your body a steady supply of protein to support muscle repair and maintenance all night long. This makes it especially useful if you're focused on fat loss but want to keep your muscles or just want long lasting protein support. So, few tips for you if you're looking for a nighttime snack that supports your goals, a casein shake or a high protein cottage cheese snack can do the trick. Let me know if you want ideas also on how to implement casein and if you need it in your specific journey. Okay, now one of the most important supplements that is underrated is creatine. It becomes especially important after 30. Starting around 30, our muscle mass naturally begins to decline, which can affect strength, recovery, and overall health. And creatine helps to slow down this process, okay, by preventing muscle loss. So you have to understand that creatine is not just for muscles. It also supports brain health and focus, boosts energy level, reduces fatigue, and even protects bone health. To get the benefit, you should aim for 5 grams of creatine monohydrate daily. You can take it anytime that works for you, but staying well hydrated is key to supporting its effects. Some more tips for you: combining creatine with your protein intake helps maximize muscle growth, strength, and overall health. And if you want, I can help you also figure out if you need creatine or if you've been taking it the right way. Now, a question that keep coming back. How much protein is dangerous? Protein is essential for your health, but consuming too much can actually put stress on your liver and kidneys. Your body can typically handle about 3.5 to 4.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight safely. For example, that's roughly 238 to 306 grams of protein a day for a 150-pound woman. So going beyond this range can regularly can strain these organs and may cause side effects like constipation, diarrhea, dehydration, bad breath, and even unwanted weight gain. Over the long term, too much protein can increase the risk of kidney and liver damage and may also weaken your bones. The key takeaway: balance is everything. So, getting enough protein to support your goal is important, but more isn't always better. If you want, I can help you also figure it out if you're eating enough protein or not enough. But from the guide that I gave you, I think that you are reaching the right amount. So, action plan. How can you implement everything you learned today in this seminar? Let's break down some simple practical meal ideas to help you hit your protein goals. So, I think that prioritizing protein first thing in the morning is very important. So, if you're in a hurry, just make some whey protein with milk, easy and fast. Don't skip your breakfast. If you have more time, try an egg white omelette with cheese and about 30 grams of protein, okay? Which is about 30 grams of protein. And you can also try all the recipes I shared in the nutrition guide. For lunch and dinner, aim for 100 to 200 grams of chicken cooked, okay? Or red meat paired with veggies. If you're working late, packing your meals added can keep you on track. Ahead, sorry. You have to just pack your meals to make sure that you have everything ready. And one thing to watch out for is avoid mindless snacking. Remember, kids might need those extra calories, but you probably don't. Okay, I see you. Focus on anchoring your main meals first, hit your protein and macros target there, then make adjustment as needed. And don't stress about being perfect. It's all about trial and error. Don't stress. Okay, we want to make steady progress over time. We're not gonna figure it all out now. It will take the time that it has to. So, just a little summary. Protein supports energy, metabolism, and hormonal balance. Okay, they are key for managing cravings, fatigue, and weight. Women over 30 need more protein to prevent muscle loss and boost fat loss. Low protein shows up as cravings, brain fog, weak immunity, and stalled fat loss. You also have to remember that protein helps balance hormones important for PCOS, stress belly fat, thyroid, and menopause. You should be aiming for 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Eat protein before carbs when it's possible, and use smart workout timing. Try to meal prep, grab high protein snacks, and choose grilled over fried to stay on track when you eat out. And protein can increase calorie burn and improve fat loss, even at rest. So you really want to prioritize your protein. So here's what matters most when it comes to your nutrition, ladies. We have to aim for 30 to 40 grams of protein at every meal. Protein is the king. Choose high quality foods like fresh veggies, fruits, meats, dairy, and eggs. Try to avoid ultra processed stuff as much as you can. And I want you to focus on vegetable based carbs and save starch mostly around your workout, especially if you're doing high intensity training. I want you to weigh your food at first. You don't need to do it forever, but it helps you get a feel for portion size. The more you practice, the sooner you'll be able to eyeball your plate confidently without the scale. And here's the big one: consistency is everything. Life happens, holidays, birthday treats. It's okay. Just get back on track and keep going. So that's it, ladies. I hope you enjoyed, and I want to take a moment to thank you to get on board with this Empower 4 weeks program to help you balance your hormones. I hope that there was some key information that will help you on your journey. My goal is to educate you, to guide you, but also to give you extra nugget of knowledge so you can be empowered to take the right decisions according to your health. And it's very important to understand what we're doing, because I think that in the future you will have all the tools to succeed on your own. So I wish you a beautiful end of the day. And I'm here. If you have any questions, just drop me a message on WhatsApp or email, and I will be happy to assist you.